Salvaged. After devouring the crops themselves, I injected venom directly into the roots, erasing them completely. Time flew. The first sliver of sunlight crept over the horizon. My EXP was now enough to trigger the next evolution. I flew to a secluded spot and activated the evolution. The moment the command was issued, my entire body was enveloped in white light. 2.5 hours later, the bone-deep agony of evolution finally faded. I'd gained a brand new spatial storage ability. With a single thought, all clones could enter and exit freely. Just what I needed, right when I needed it. I muttered with satisfaction, then focused my mind, and every hidden venom clone in the area snapped back into the space. But just then, a large crowd suddenly came running toward the paddy from outside. Faces twisted with alarm, pointing at the ruined field. All talking over each other in a frenzy, I immediately spread my wings and quietly flew closer to eavesdrop. Just yesterday this was a field full of grain. Now it's a stinking swamp. And it's not just here. The research test field didn't escape either. After standing there in stunned silence for a full 2.5 minutes, the person in charge finally snapped back to reality and shouted, "Pull up the security footage, now!" Everyone dropped what they were holding and sprinted to the surveillance room. When they saw the footage of the paddy being consumed in seconds by a sky-blackening swarm of winged ants, every face in the room went slack with disbelief, eyes wide, all of them. These things aren't normal at all. They appeared out of nowhere and vanished into nothing. This is definitely high technology. Exactly. Someone deliberately sabotaged our fields. We can't let them get away with something this underhanded. Our own people would never do this. The only nation with this kind of deep grudge against us is Dragon Country. These flying insects are definitely Dragon Country's latest bioweapon. Every person in the room clenched their teeth, furious. Dragon Country is so petty, still holding grudges from years ago. Watching their reaction, the research field supervisor quietly let out a breath of relief. Good thing I'm clever. With this framing, even if the higher-ups find out, most of the blame won't fall on me. He then spoke up again to calm the crowd. Everyone, there's no need to panic. Go tell the other residents in the area. We have more than 10 grain warehouses, all fully stocked. Tomorrow we'll open the warehouses and distribute rice to each household. As for Dragon Country, I'll report up the chain and have them issue a formal diplomatic condemnation and demand reparations. Listening to all of this, I was instantly furious. I immediately released 100+ clones from storage and sent them out to locate these so-called warehouses. About 3 hours later, the deployed venom clones returned one by one. I now had the full picture. 15 grain warehouses in this region, each about 10+ kilometers apart. Security was tight, but the ventilation ducts hadn't been maintained this year. Absolutely no match for me. Without hesitation, I mapped out the Knight's route and headed straight for the nearest warehouse. 1 month from now, I would be the nightmare of every person on this island. Even the divine beast they've worshipped their entire lives wouldn't last a single second against me. I slipped through a crack in the ventilation duct and emerged inside the warehouse. Mountains of grain. My eyes lit up. I unleashed all clones and began devouring. By the time the entire warehouse was emptied, my clone count had reached 30,000. I pushed on to the next warehouse at full speed. By the time daylight broke, the 15th and final warehouse had been stripped bare. My clone count in storage had hit a staggering 100,000. If I released them all at once, they could blanket everything within 30 li in an instant. Impressive as that was, compared to the powerful monsters that would appear after the apocalypse. I was still far too weak. Even now, I couldn't survive a direct hit from a regular cannon or missile. I checked the system panel. System, initiating evolution scan. Host EXP is full. Evolution beginning. Note, this evolution